It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Coming up next.
On the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about a quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. No, today before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, when the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get the headlines like we talked about. But these guys, man, they are cornerstones of their offense.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And here we go at Huntington Bank Field. To return, Jerome Ford. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you could see some of those nerves slipping through.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. Into the hands of Tillman, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass, advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Another one for Ford. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on first. Barrels in for the touchdown. The Browns take a 6-0 lead right away. So that right there, exactly what you're looking for in the opening drive of a game.
And these opening drives are tone setters. You come out flat, maybe you go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, Kate, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another run for Henry. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They send a man in motion. Here's Henry on the option. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
They've got first down from the 31. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Running it after the penalty. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackled there by Jerome Baker.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Lamar now from the gun. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish off their opening drive. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Ford on the return. Look at this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10, looking to throw. That's complete, David Njoku. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They just get the play off. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They've got a first to begin the frame. Ford straight ahead. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 29. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that gives the Browns a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
From the gun, it's Ford. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Ford. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. He's got it on the bootleg. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they'll be left with third and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got...
And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Carlson's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Hill now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Second and 3 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. From the 46. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
So for those of you keeping track, we get a solid completion for decent yardage on 1st, and then we go backwards on 2nd. Kate, I guess we got a quality rubber match right here on 3rd down.
Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Jackson now on 3rd. And he brings this one in, but does so out of bounds. That throw just took him too close to the boundary. We've got 4th down.
That's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start, up close to the 30. The Browns send Jerome Ford ready to begin another drive. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Pass play on 1st and 10. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Pass play coming here. Brought in by Ford. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
First and 10 now from the 30. Still sticking with the passing game. He's got Njoku on the sideline, caught. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They are throwing it again. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns make it a 10-point ball game. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Hill now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens taking over now on offense. Minimal time remaining in the half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. He's got Andrews. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. after a good pickup. They're set up with second and short. Blitz coming. Lamar gets this one to Andrews. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On the 44-yard line now, first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it's going to be second down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Putting a receiver in motion. Lamar throwing again. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10. Here's Jackson. This one's to Andrews outright. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Jackson's going to throw again. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it sets up second down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Jackson yet again. Just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he ended up time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Tucker's kick is up and good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. So it's halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top at the break. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Raven offense headed out for this first series of the second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They put Flowers in motion right. The drive begins with Henry. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 15. Gets this to Bateman. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Browns will have their work cut out for them on this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give up the middle to Ford. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Got a man, it's Njoku. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Back to pass on 1st and 10. This finds Carter complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Made by Carter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. from the 39. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. 1st down. Here's Lamar. Hits him on the out route. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Lamar now from the gun. Short throws dropped. This one's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And it's 3rd down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open and beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Jackson now on 3rd. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Woo! I am not sure how we didn't see a safety right there. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building because that QB kept going back and back. It was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Browns will go on offense. New set of downs for him from the 46. This is Ford. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They just get the play off. Judy there to grab it. And they get this down to the 28. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. So we're through 3 here. It's Browns ball, working to carry this lead through to the end. They're now set for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Dropping back to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And that one very short, only getting to the 27. They managed just 1 yard there. It's going to be 4th and 9. Here's an important kick now for Dustin Hopkins. It is a 40-yard look from the right hash. Carlson's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Hill now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens trotting out their offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Again, it's Jackson to the air. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
And again, it's Jackson. That one complete to Hopkins. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Lamar throwing again. Connects with Bateman. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Jackson's going to throw again. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he's able to get this down to the 13. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Ravens got to score in a hurry. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Motioning right is Hopkins. First down throw for Jackson. Hopkins isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home. That's how.
Another try following the sack. Caught near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. From the gun, Jackson. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Escapes the... And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And the Browns are on that one, so that should just about do it here. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Cleveland's offense all set to take over. They're headed out now defending not a two-score lead, just a field goal advantage here. So wondering, Brock, is that going to affect how they approach a chance at closing this one out?
No, I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, I think if it's a two-score game, it's run, 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 take every second off, and punt that ball. Not now. Now you've got to get to the plays that you trust and believe in the most.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Running is Ford. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Staying on the ground with Ford. And he gets them down to the 42. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
The Browns are lining up to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. One final shot here. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. So the Browns come away with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a well-earned win for the Browns. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.